This is WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
He doesn't win an Oscar for his performance, but what former Kentucky Wildcat Bud Dupree did today at the NFL Combine is worthy of some kind of award. Not many thought Bud would do what he did today, and that is jump really high, jump really long, and run really fast. His 40 time, 4.57 seconds, third amongst linebackers. Also competing today, defensive linemen, so that means former Cat Zadarius Smith also working out in Indianapolis. He ran his 40 in 4.83 seconds. This is the rest of what the two did today. Dupree measures in at 6'4". He had a 42-inch vertical jump at second best in his position, and then his broad jump is a 11 feet 6 inches. Meanwhile, Zadarius checks in at 6'6", 263. His vertical jump 29 inches. He also had 23 reps on the bench press drill. 27-0 and 4 wins away now for a perfect regular season for the Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky shoots lights out 64% in a win over Auburn Saturday night. That's the best shooting percentage for the Cats this year. The 110 points they score in the win is the most since 2002. They dominated the glass, out rebounding the Tigers 44-22. 6 Cats score in double figures, and they do so because everyone touches the basketball.
We got them pretty good today. You know, they hit us on a tough day. We were working on all cylinders and really guarding, but it was, Marcus Lee gets 6, so basically the 9 guys that are playing all got 6 or more. Crazy. 25 assists. Crazy. Wait a minute. Why aren't they playing for themselves? They're playing for each other.
All right, like most opposing coaches who leave after a loss to Kentucky this season, Auburn head coach Bruce Pearl amazed at the length of the Cats, telling the media, quote, "I can't imagine what their practices are like." Well, we've heard that before, right? Here's what else he had to say after his team gets outscored 62-24 in the paint.
It's nothing like anything we see all year long. It's not what they do offensively as far as pounding inside. There's nobody in the league that's even close to that. It's the biggest team in the country against a team that's very small, and probably the smallest team in the league. But I didn't think we competed. I didn't think we represented very well.
All right, next up, number 1 Kentucky at Mississippi State. That's what's next for the Wildcats. The game is this Wednesday, February 25th, 7 o'clock tip time in Starkville. Live coverage on the SEC Network. John Calipari's team is just 4 wins away now from a perfect regular season. Things not so good 78 miles up Interstate I-64 West. Today we learned that Louisville senior guard Chris Jones is done for the rest of the season. It appears to be a permanent decision this time by head coach Rick Pitino. He told the Courier-Journal's Jeff Greer today, quote, "He's finished. There won't be any comment," end quote. Jones was reinstated Saturday after a 1-game suspension. He came out, hit clutch shots, scored 17 points in a win over Miami on Saturday, but has obviously violated team rules more than once. A lot of things surfacing on the internet right now of what he did to cause this, but no one in the program will comment at this time. So Jones is done, but again, the Cards did win Saturday over bubble team Miami. They had 9 steals after getting just 2 in each of their last 2 games. They lost back-to-back games coming into this one. Rick Pitino's squad led by Montrezl Harrell's 21 points, 14 rebounds, including 2 clutch free throws at the end of the game that you're seeing right here. That game gave Louisville the lead for good in a back-and-forth contest.
It takes that type of defense to win in this conference because we knew what was at stake for Miami. We knew what was at stake. You just turn on the television, that's all they talk about, the teams that have to win this game. And Miami played great defense, played a winning game. We just made some really good defensive plays down the stretch.
All right, up next, LeBron James, the king, moves up on the all-time scoring list. Plus, vroom, vroom, Jeff Gordon starts on the pole at Daytona. Highlights of the Great American Race. A wild finish as NASCAR gets its 2015 season started. The Western Kentucky Lady Tops are on top. They defeat Middle Tennessee Saturday to clinch sole possession of first place in Conference USA. They ended a losing streak to the Blue Raiders that dates back to 2008. WKU erases a 9-point deficit in the first half and gets the final 8 points from seniors Chastity Gooch and Alexis Govan. Gooch goes for 17. Govan posts a double-double with 12 points, 12 boards. And now WKU controls its own destiny to claim the Conference USA regular season championship.
That's what I told the team in the locker room before we came out. Everyone would love to be in the position that we were today, to be the number 1 and number 2 team or the 2 top teams playing. And so I told them to come out and enjoy it, because there's a lot of people that was going to look forward to it. And, you know, I would definitely have to sit up here and say how proud I was of the crowd. Amazing crowd in here, and just the atmosphere, and I'm just happy that our girls were able to do the things that we needed to down the stretch to get the win.
So the women defeat Middle Tennessee Saturday, but today in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the men fall to the Blue Raiders by 2, 68-66. Former Perry Central Commodore Justin Johnson scores 5 points in the game. The Hilltoppers are now 16-10 and in 5th place in Conference USA. Now to the pros. Big day for LeBron James up in New York City. Let's get to it. King James and the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the New York Knicks. James passes one of his childhood heroes, Allen Iverson, for number 22 on the NBA's all-time leading scoring list. LeBron goes for 18 in the game. That puts him with 24,383 career points. Cavs beat the Knicks 101-83. Now to some racing. The NASCAR season has started. Today, the green flag drops at the Great American Race. Jeff Gordon starts on the pole. Let's head down to Daytona, Florida. There's Jeff Gordon. Now, he leads 87 laps in this race, and that's a career record for him down in Daytona. But let's go right to the final lap. A huge crash that involves several cars. Gordon was one of those in that wreck, but they played out, and for the first time in his career, Joey Logano wins the Daytona 500. The 24-year-old from Connecticut wins NASCAR's first race of the season. Jeff Gordon, like I said, was involved in that crash. He finished 33rd. Meanwhile, Dale Earnhardt Jr., last year's winner, finishes 3rd.
All right, Jamie, thanks a lot. We'll be right back.